Once again, on the revisionist history of people reading things about invaders coming in and conquering, getting off ships, coming from another place, invading a place they haven't been yet, in mass and conquering all the land and people. It was an inside job. Nobody invaded jumping off ships, whooping ass. The part of history that's pure revisionist history, it's narratives. If you all believe the Middle Passage occurred, there's information stating that it was impossible if you just look into it, according to the stories that they say. Read anything about the Middle Passage in history about black slaves coming from Africa to the Americas, and just analyze every bit of the information and you'll see that it's impossible. If you still believe this, and there's those out there that still believe that this occurred, if you still believe it, that they were laying in the bottom of ships like this, a journey that took 6 months, or if you want to say 3 months, whatever you want to say, if you want to say 3 weeks, it's a psychological operation. It's a mind fuck. They've been playing games on people for years to get your mind trapped. The Middle Passage has been debunked several ways from Sunday. If you believe this, people talk about slaves and slavery in the Middle Passage, and then you also believe this happened. It's the same thing. These are what people are telling you, these lectures, these chiefs, these people online about people coming invading. I guess these are the dirty Moors coming over, right? These are the dirty Moors coming over, invading someone. And look, they're trying to fight them off. So if you believe this and you believe the other picture I showed you, this is the same mind play on you. It's the same game. It is the same game. You can't believe one without believing the other. Most people that believe one, they believe the other. Can't have it both ways. How many people do you would think it would take for these people to conquer these people if there was 500,000 of them in their own home territory? How many people needed to come in boats like this through the water? Just jumping off? Just jumping off whooping ass. They must be gods. If y'all believe that. These people must be gods. That's the only way it could happen. It's revisionist history. It's not true. And it's time to rethink what you've been taught. The other thing I want to mention is a film you might want to read, might want to watch is this one right here. Shaka Zulu 2 with Grace Jones. There's a scene in the film where a European man is trying to move some product across the waters, and he talks to one of the men that's in charge of pretty much policing the seas. Just imagine who that would have been. And they portray him as an Arab in the film, but he basically tells him, if we catch you trading any people, we're going to take everything you got. Okay, there was always regulations. You think that people just could come across and do anything anytime. There's always been regulations. There's always been processes in place. The whole thing I covered earlier with Ellis Island about the immigration process and them being expected and checked in, that goes back even further to another period of time. There's always been measures in place for massive immigrants or even for people wanting to come over. Things have always been in place. People just didn't show up. Got to get that out your heads. The other statement that was made, I want to cover something, a serious statement, is that some of these people that make the comments, and I'm gonna say it verbatim, they say things like, the dirty Moors are gonna have to go home. They're invaders, and the invaders will be kicked out. And earlier in the video I'm responding to, he specifically said the dirty Moors are going to be kicked out. Now we get into something that's very heavy, and I'm going to show you what it is as we start to wrap up the video here. People have taken the prophecies of Noble Drew Ali in the original meanings. And they have flipped the meanings on you. The very first time I heard anyone talk about anyone having to leave the Americas was literally years and years ago. I never heard any so-called, what you would call indigenous nations, chiefs or their shamans or sayers, even in the ones that I have heritage in. I never heard that in there, anywhere, about people having to go home and get kicked out and removed. The only time I heard anybody say that was this book right here. And I mentioned it to you before, the Oral Statements and Prophecies of Noble Drew Ali. Not to be confused with Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali. That was Elijah Muhammad trying to usurp what Drew Ali did. And others too. The first time I heard somebody saying that somebody was going to have to go home was in here. Never heard any Indian chief say anything like that ever. But now you have people adamantly saying, dirty Moors going to go home. They're going to get kicked out. They're going to kick them out. This is where they got that from. It's literally the only place it's written in a book that is said to be more than 100 years old, or sayings or writings that's said to be that old. And in some cases, there were witnesses here. It'll say he said. And in another place, it'll say it is believed he said. So that could be hearsay. But these are people that existed and were in the temples at the time. And some of it has been confirmed because some of those writings are stated other places, and some of it is hearsay, correct. But let me read to you what it says in this book. Literally in the introduction of the book, so you ain't got to go in very far to find it. It says, it's talking to the Moors. Children, you are at home. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. You are at home. This is number 2. And the European is 3,000 miles from home. And he is going to have to take some water. Now that could mean several things. Means you're going to have to take a trip, you're going to have to hunker down, or you're going to have to leave. Children, you are home. Does it say you came from Spain? Does it say you came from Morocco and Africa? Children, you are home. People do not understand the etymology of words and how it's written and who he was talking to and where it was stated. Makes a big difference. These are personal, direct statements, many of them, to the body and group of people. I'm going to read it again. Children, you are home, and the European is 3,000 miles from home, and he is going to have to take some water. It doesn't say the dirty Moor is 3,000 miles from home. It says the European. He's going to have to take some water. Let me read to you number 17. When the Europeans go back to Europe, the climate will go back to what it was, what it used to be. And it says the climate in America at once was a tropical climate before the Europeans appeared or arrived. Number 18 in the same book. Before the Europeans came to America, the bananas were large and the grapes were 4 in hand. It took 2 men with hand sticks to carry 1 bunch of grapes. Right? I can go on and on and on and read more to you. But let me tell you what's really fucked up. Is that now these people out here that's yelling dirty Moors is talking about the Moors going to have to go back home. The dirty Moors going to have to go back home. Drew Ali never said dirty Moors. He said Europeans. He didn't say dirty Moors. He didn't say Zionist Moors. He said Europeans. And that means anyone that claimed allegiance to the foreign corporation. Because that's what they were calling them. People that at the time. You have to understand what was occurring from 1913 to 1933. You got to understand what was happening. People were pledging allegiance to this foreign corporation. It's not even based here. It's the Europeans. It's got to do with various people pledging allegiance. But does it say dirty Moors? So this is what's effed up. Taking the words out of someone else's mouth and flipping them to use them against people that he's not really talking about, but just switching it around like, oh yeah, the dirty Moors got to go back home. When did you hear anybody say anybody had to leave? You heard it from Drew Ali. I know you heard it because I know you read it. I know you read it. You see, that's deceptive. That's just straight. That's deceptive. Just kind of showing you. Somebody has to show you, right? We got to show and prove now, right? What they doing with stuff and how they doing it. And how they trying to just deceive the ordinary people. Now you got a whole group of people out there online and social media talking about the dirty Moors going to go back home. No, see, initially that was a Moor that made the statement about Europeans. And now you got Moor haters making statements about Moors. Got to show and prove what it is, man. Remember? As I told y'all before, man, I'm just responding to you, man. You know, a lot of y'all asked for this. You asked for it so you can get it. Here's another image of somebody when I get ready to drop it on Metacomet, aka King Philip, the one that was over here, Metacomet. Yeah, we're gonna show y'all who's foreigners. And we're gonna show y'all why Drew Ali called us Mohammedans. See, y'all think it's got something to do with the Arabs over there. Y'all don't know nothing about Metacomet. You know nothing about Metacomet. When it's dropped on you, here's a very bad image. But just take a look at the garb he's wearing. And the rap. You ain't never seen no so-called Native American do that rap. That's straight Muslim. And Muslims are from the West, even though this is a horrible image of a depiction. Let me show you another one. Show you his name. If you ain't never saw his name, if you don't know who he is. See, this is what the Europeans called him. See, y'all think some of those kings. See, this is the whole flip. Y'all think some of those kings was over there from Europe. When this is his name, this is his real name from here. This is what they called him. See, it's in brackets. Metacomet. You know how to pronounce that name? You know the C is a H. Yeah. The C is a H. The E is a U. Pronounce it. See, y'all don't know nothing about Metacomet. And Metacomet's war, he almost wiped out the colonists. It's the same war as the Crusades. Damn near. Y'all want to talk about who y'all kicked out. This is Montezuma carrying a woman like Drew Ali was carrying a woman. Humanity that had the downfall. Montezuma. And this is an image that's made in copper. It's all copper. We were the copper-colored peoples. You got Montezuma, also called the Moorish king. From the shores of Tripoli to the halls of Montezuma. Y'all want to keep calling Moors foreigners. Because some came from other places. Here's another image of them. I'm not sure why they portrayed it this way, but this is another image. But look at the jewels and look at everything. Look at this, man. Gold. Look at all this. This is supposed to be like a 7-foot tall statue. Because Montezuma was also called the Moorish giant. Right? That image popped up under images of Montezuma. Here's another one that y'all don't know about. You know about this picture. This comes up under Montezuma. It's an old search I did years ago, man, when I had my first computer. Did a search on Montezuma when I saw they called him Moor, and this is what came up. But they'll tell you this is something in Spain someplace. But this is what came up under Montezuma. All right? The Moorish king. It's probably over here, man. And here we go right here. I want to say something to y'all chiefs, man. You calling yourself a chief. You calling yourself a chief. I hope y'all can see that. This is out of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And let me see the date here. Let me get y'all the date of it. It is June 15th, 1935. Right? 1935. Wilkes-Barre is called the Times Leader out of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Where is the Sharifian Empire? A, the term Sharifian Empire, or English Sharifian, you see the word sheriff, refers to what? Morocco. Right? Now, if you want to look at the whole entire article, pull this up and read the whole entire article. I wasn't able to save the whole thing. I could only save certain sections of it. But the word chief comes out of this word right here, which is the word Sharifian, which is spelled Cherif. This is where the word chief comes from. And basically it's a Moorish or Moroccan, Al-Marak, America, Tamuria, Tamure. It is that term. So y'all out there calling yourselves chiefs, man, and the whole nine, and then dissing Moors, and y'all rocking the term chief. Oh my goodness. See, just trying to show y'all what it is, man. We just got to correct a lot of lies. We'll close out the next section. Peace.